Hey guys, it's Aman from Our Rich Journey, and on today's video, I am going to answer the question, how would I go about achieving financial independence if I lost the millions of dollars that we built on our 8-year journey towards financial independence? If our multi-million-dollar stock portfolio went to zero, if I lost all of our real estate, if the more than 7 streams of income that we get every single month completely dried up, if I lost all of our millions. And so on today's video, I'm gonna give you guys 9 things I would do in 2025 if I was starting from scratch and I had to start this financial independence journey all over again. The first thing I would do is get a crystal clear picture of why I wanted to achieve financial independence and retire early. And this is because if your why for FI isn't clear, if you don't believe in it, the first moment you are hit with the challenge, you will quit. And on this journey, you will definitely be faced with many challenges. So I do this by sitting down and asking myself, what do I want to achieve? Then I'd write that vision down, because without a clear goal, you drift. Fire takes focus. It takes discipline and a deep reason for why. And for me, that answer, that goal would be quite simple. Buy back my time. That's what my financial independence goal would be. That's it. Everything else, the saving, the investing, the hustling, would serve that purpose. The next thing I would do is I would ditch the traditional budgeting system. You see, most people are budgeting all wrong. But when you are focused on financial independence, you have to develop a pay yourself first budget. You see, this one strategy made a huge difference on our journey. So I'd go right back to this thing. I would go back to paying ourselves first. Before rent, before groceries, before a car payment, before anything else. I'd automate my investing, even if it's just $25, because the habit matters more than the amount. And when you decide to start paying yourself first, that is the moment that you start building wealth, the moment that you start putting yourself first. Now, this is gonna sound harsh, but the reality is that broke people pay everyone else first, and then they wonder why they don't have any money left to invest. The next thing I would do is I would get my income right. I would not settle for one paycheck. That is the worst thing you can do on this fire journey. I'd build a second income stream immediately. Not another job, but a side hustle that is scalable. And it would be something low cost, maybe service-based, like tutoring, consulting, cleaning, content creation, producing digital products, maybe online courses, notary services, a virtual assistant. It would be something that would require little or no upfront costs. And picking a service side hustle is the perfect fire side hustle. And as soon as that side hustle starts to make money, I'd reinvest that money into systems so that I could earn while I sleep. And most importantly, I wouldn't chase hundreds of ideas. I would pick one idea, go hard on that idea, and scale it. The next thing I do is I would invest smart in 2025. You know, 2025 has a lot of things that people can invest in. You can chase cryptocurrency, you can chase this, that, or another, hot stocks, penny stocks, whatever the case may be. You can invest in a million different things. But for me, my wealth building strategy would focus on low cost index funds. I would go all in on them. So when the money starts rolling in from my side hustles and the income from my regular 9 to 5, I would pour that money into low cost index funds. And I wouldn't wait until I learned everything. I'd open a Roth IRA or a regular brokerage account, and I would start buying index funds in those types of accounts. And I'd start buying things like VTO, BTSAX, or VOO, a S&P 500 index fund or ETF, or a total stock market index fund or ETF. No stock picking, no crypto hype. I would keep it simple and consistent. You see, those index funds and ETFs alone have returned 12 to 13% over the past 10 years. So while others chase hot tips, I'd be stacking assets consistently, automatically, because time in the market is more important than timing the market. And while I was doing this, I'd be tracking my net worth towards FIRE. And if you guys need such a tracker, go to our website, ourrichjourney.com. I will leave a link in the description below where you can get a free copy of the tracker that we used, the budget that we also used on our journey towards financial independence. The next thing I do is I'd cut our two biggest expenses, housing and transportation. Those two expenses alone can help you save and invest way more money if you didn't have to pay them. So let's talk about housing first. If you know our story, you know that we were able to live rent or mortgage free during most of our journey. And it was because we did things like house hack, did geo arbitrage, we had our employer paying for our housing. We figured out a way to avoid having to pay that bill ourselves. And so the average person that is spending 30, 40, 50% of their income on housing, we were able to save that amount and invest that amount towards FIRE. And so if you're out there, look at things like house hacking. If I was single and living alone, I would find and rent a 3-bedroom house and rent out the other 2 rooms. If you did this, there's a very good chance that the rent that you could collect from subleasing the other 2 rooms may even be able to cover your rent. It would at least reduce your housing expense significantly. And if you're interested in buying a home or have a family, I'd look at a duplex, triplex, or fourplex with the idea of living in one and renting out the others. And for transportation, no leases, no new cars. I would be driving a used, reliable car that could get me from point A to point B. It is crazy what people are spending on transportation in this day and age. They are spending over $1,000 a month between car payments and insurance for a car that more than likely they are driving to impress people that don't even care. But if you can get a used car, your insurance will likely be lower, and if you can get a car that you can maintain cheaply, that is a huge amount of savings. So housing and transportation, those 2 big expenses, if you can eliminate those or get those down significantly, you could save at least 30 to 40% of your income. The next thing I do is I'd learn daily and take action weekly. This was something that we did on our journey towards FIRE. You see, every single day we'd learn something new, either through a podcast, a blog post, a YouTube video, a chapter in a book, and every week we take that information that we learned and act on it. If you guys are in our 365 Days to FIRE program, that is exactly what the members in that program do. Because learning isn't enough. To build wealth, you have to take action on that knowledge. The next thing I do is I'd cut the broke habits. Time to get rid of all of those broke habits that so many people have. Habits that they don't even realize are broke habits. And I'd be ruthless about cutting broke habits. Habits like spending to impress, living paycheck to paycheck, thinking $100 isn't enough to get started investing. And I would definitely stop comparing myself to flashy people. Keeping up with the Joneses, that is the worst broke habit you can have. And I'd focus on freedom and not flexing. And this piece brings me to the final thing that I would make sure I did to achieve FIRE in 2025. I would surround myself with a FIRE community. People that were also focused on that ultimate personal financial goal of achieving financial independence. The community is what really helped expedite our journey. People that we could talk to, learn from, that would motivate us, that would hold us accountable. People that understood what this whole financial independence, retire early movement was all about. You see, the rest of the world is not going to understand why you're saving 70% of your income. They're not going to understand why you're house hacking, why you're driving an old car, why you are being more intentional about your saving and investing. The rest of the world just isn't going to get it. And it's not their fault. It's just that they are so entrenched in the financial system and the financial norms that run counter to financial independence and retiring early. You see, when you start to pursue this journey, you're going to realize that you are going to be going against the grain. And there are going to be so many people, so many doubters and haters that are going to try to discourage you on this journey. So having a community, a group of people that you can go to whenever you are struggling is going to definitely help you on this journey. And this is precisely what we did on our journey and something we are doing till this day. It's why we built 365 Days to FIRE, so that people could have a community of like-minded people to help them on that journey towards financial independence. And so that's what I would do in 2025 if I had to start all over with pursuing financial independence. You know, I certainly would not be scared if that was the challenge. In fact, I would be excited because I think now more than ever, even though we have so many challenges, we also have a lot more opportunities. When Christina and I started our financial independence journey, there weren't as many resources out there. There wasn't a community that we could connect with. But you have so many more opportunities. You have so many more resources that your journey will be easier than ours in that regard. And so if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and join the journey.